has inboundable courage and mind and brain has inboundable courage and inboundable capacity to bring neuroplastic changes inside yourself, right? So here you will see different faces of a person, and you will also see how things changes in life so easily. You start yourself today, and when you will end, you do not. And you see, these people were most common people on the earth. There was a judgment of the High Court of Madras High Court where Valmiki was called as a dacoit. He's an epic writer of Ramayana, right? And so he should be called as dacoit. His Lordship, the Honorable Judge of the High Court, gave a very quoted statement in his judgment. He said a very beautiful sentence. All these great human beings, they come on the earth with mighty things. But because of their activities, because of their upliftment, because of their contribution, and because of their spiritual ability, they have reached to that stage where they should be honored, respected, and then we should also obey and understand because we are not a people who can reach that stage. In Hindi, it is said, कवियों ने भी इतनी उपमा लिखी जितना राम भी राम की महिमा ना जाने. Means people have written so much about Allah and Ram in their own ways. Even Allah does not know that how much people have written about him. Because everywhere, whatever we see, Ram or anyone, we see their precious activities. But can we believe that these things really exist in this world? Can we exist? Can we prove the neuroplasticity of the brain? How much can we prove it? That is the question right now we have. And here you will see in this video. Please let me know if you can hear the sound. Huh? Are you able to hear the sound? Are you able to hear the sound of the video?
No sound.
Excuse me. Huh? Huh?
The sound of the video is not audible.
So how to do it?
When you are sharing from the point of sharing, you should enable share sound.
Video enhancement? It is called video enhancement? No.
No, it's not from there, sir. It's from where you were sharing. Now, when you try to share again, before you share, it will ask you if you want to share sound or just picture. So enable share sound.
See, here it is open with media player, right? Now, I have started sharing. So share. Can you hear? Can you hear?
No, sir. Sound is not coming.
Wait, let me ask some help, right? You have to give me 1 minute. I have to ask some help.
I can hear you.
Can you hear the video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear the video?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
So here you
Yes,
see
sir.
a monk.
Yes.
Can you see the
Yes,
monk?
sir.
It's
Yes.
minus
Hello, yaar, bhai,
70
bhai,
centimeters.
sound is very clear.
Huh?
Now sound
Yes?
is very clear.
Okay. Now you see this is a monk who was recorded by ITPP people, right? The ITPP people are Indo-Tibetan Border Police. So it is the temperature at that place is minus 40 to 50 degrees centigrade. Is less than more than minus 40 degrees centigrade. So this person came to my knowledge. When I found this video, I spoke it to who could be. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, video. खाली एक में पीपीटी लगाना है पीपीटी कैसे लगाएगा ये नहीं मालूम आई डोंट नो हाउ टू पुट द पिक्चर कर दिया था ना उधर डाउनलोड इसमें तो डाउनलोड 1 मिनट
I'll start adding.
हाँ
Admin करता हूँ post करो start. Now video is coming with clear audio.
ऑडियो इज नॉट कमिंग
Coming. Audio coming, video coming.
दोनों अच्छा आ रहा
कैन यू हियर द ऑडियो
Yes,
now
now
okay
you
now
sound all right.
so here you can see the neuroplastic changes of the brain. Here you can see a monk who was having around 40 years, is around mid 40s, right? Or maybe we don't know his age, but he is maintaining a temperature of minus 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. So now you imagine if I put you on minus 60 degrees centigrade, and this video was taken here, you see, this video was taken by ITBP people, Indo-Tibetan Border Police. So this is a Tibet Indo-China border. So I confirmed with additional DGP whether this is a true video or a fake video. The one whom you are seeing in this, can you see my cursor? One person should be in my communication, right?
Yes, sir, we can see. Sir.
Yeah, one person be communicating
we can
with
see
me.
it, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can see this person in a gray uniform, right? He's from Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Is a sergeant, a policeman of that Indo-Tibetan Border Police, right? So this person has recorded this video, right? And this person was an eyewitness. And I spoke to this person through the additional DGP, then the additional DGP of ITBP. Right now, also, if you want, you can confirm it. There is a DIG right now in Indo-Tibetan Border Police, Manu Maharaj. He has twisted from Bihar to ITBP. So, with various issues, if you have contacts and links, you can confirm that this video is a true video. We have confirmed that this is a true video, and as henceforth, this was uploaded officially. So, here you can see this is a monk, and most beautifully, it's a temperature of minus 50 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees centigrade. So at that day, it was less than minus 50. And you can see everyone is with the very sophisticated clothes, and you can see the monk is without sophistication. So here you see this.
Yes, sir. लो यार बाबा इसमें जय श्री राम जय श्री राम जय श्री राम जय श्री राम
So here you can see another monk who is praying in the boiling monk. It's called the boiling monk. It's from Thailand. You see, the temperature is so high, and you can see there is no burn injury in this person. if I boil you in this oil, what will happen? So here you see the power of neuroplasticity. Now you can understand what is the power of the brain. You see, a person who has been in a live on what? Witnessed by thousands of people. You cannot fool these people, right? They are all Thai people, senior police commissioners, high grade officers, scientists, and wherever such thing happen, we people also push out there, right? So now you can see such a person will boiled up at the highest temperature and he is not burnt. He is alive, right? He is alive. No burn injuries.
Mm.
So you can understand how mind can control the body also.
Yes.
Forget about paralysis. Now, how will you speak about this explanation? Now we will see a person in Indian anthology. That is called Bhakta Prahlad. So Holi is a very beautiful festival which is done by in Indian in Hindu society.
Mm.
Now it is of course played in all country. So they is celebrated on the death of a demon called Holika. So
Mm.
a Bhakta Prahlad means the person, his name is Prahlad, was a great devotee of God, right? So the lady got a bond that she will, if she wear the jacket or blanket, she will not be burnt alive in the fire. But you will see a monk here who is burning and sitting on the fire and is not burnt, and is Rambhav. And I personally met him in Tanjore city, and this Rambhav is a real story. And this video was made by a professor of Harvard University in the Department of Chemical Engineering, and then it was duly researched in Harvard Medical School that is this possible, and then it was found yes, it is possible, right? So we'll visit to the next video to understand the next stage of the brain.
Ferociously,
See Rambhav.
Rambao takes his place lying on a bed of firewood. A pedestal fan blows to intensify the heat, and it is removed once the fire starts to grow. Now begins the journey into the incredible. Thick smoke begins to surround him. He adjusts himself to a comfortable position on this bed of firewood. Through the intense smoke, we see the fire sticks begin to ignite underneath Rambao Swami. The audience, including our production crew, are in awe. They are excited and anxious to see what will happen next.
You can see the person is not burnt. Neither his clothes are burnt, nor his hairs are burnt. You can see.
Hello. Hello.
A scientist or a rationalist would ask, what if Rambo is using any fire retardant material on his clothing? What must have been his body temperature? What is the temperature inside the fireplace? We will find out later.
To survival under extreme conditions. Prahlad Jani has been described as a hermit who claims to have wandered around India's jungles from the age of 8 and not eaten or drunk anything for nearly 70 years. His claims are now being put to the test. A key Indian medical institute is observing him in a private hospital in the western state of Gujarat, with already astonishing results.
That we are all watching a miracle in the science or biology, so to say, because it's already 108 hours since Mataji's admission into this hospital, and he has not eaten anything, he has not drank a little drop of any kind of liquid, but more importantly, he has not passed a drop of urine or stool.
The hospital has said that initial tests have shown the man has a brain resembling that of a 25-year-old, and that yogic exercises meant his body has undergone a biological transformation. Studying him could allow scientists and doctors to understand better how to survive without food or water for long periods, perhaps even help in exploring the universe.
India is now proposing to have missions to moon, manned mission to moon, and in the long run to Mars also. So how people can survive? This strategy, if we understand how people are surviving without food and water, that may help us in working out strategies for making people to live without food or water for longer duration.
Jani will be under observation for a total of 15 days. He claims he was given the gift by the Hindu goddess Amba, and that he nourishes himself with small amounts of nectar passing through his head. Fraudster or miracle man? India's medical world now looks to answer that very question. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera.
And so, this was the postcard given to me by Mohammad Reza Abaji. And you can see, I'm on, you can see this video, you can see this part.
And in the long run to
Here you can see me in the after my fifth or sixth heart attack, you can see I'm in the deep coma stage, right? And the pipe which you are seeing is a ECMO pipe, and this is a ventilator. So I'm on deep ventilator right now with ECMO. And here you can see I'm on tracheostomy, and I'm on majority of the syringe pipes, right? And you can see my GCS was how much? I think it was less than 3 or 4, right? Glasgow Coma Scale. If you don't understand Glasgow Coma Scale, it says that in Western science, we say it depends on the sensorium of the body, how much you are responding, right? So in this response, you will see my GCS was 3 or 4, less than 3. My eye movement was not that. My pupils were dilated. I was on ECMO, that is artificial heartbeat, and I was on all that condition. It was means I would have a hypoxic brain condition. It was a heart attack, cardiac arrest. So as per medical science, I was supposed to expire or in a vegetative stage. Here also you can see, if you can see, there is a tracheostomy mark in my ear. You can see a tracheostomy over here. So you can understand. I've gone 4 times on tracheostomy and still I'm with you all. So this is called neuroplasticity of life. So when you can see all these things from there to here, it is said uh, the power of the mind and the brain is incomparable to any. Yatha Brahmo, Tatha Sive, Tatha Pinde. Whatever is in the cosmos is in the body, and whatever is in the cosmos in the body, and whatever is in the cosmos is in the Shiva, that is the Lord, the Allah, and whatever is in Allah is in the molecule. Yatha Brahmande, Tatha Pinde. So in that pain means in the small part of that energy also God exists. It is said in जो सब में है समाया जो सब में है जाया वही है अल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह. So now you can understand a very part of life that what is neuroplasticity of a man before 11 months and before 2 months in this stage, 3 months, right? A deep coma stage. People dilated, almost brain dead. They were thinking I'll be on a vegetative stage. But now you see, I'm sitting and talking to you. And this video was recorded by Mohammed the one of the finest spine surgeon. He took my podcast of this. And the most beautiful thing he asked me, so what did you enjoy? I said, I enjoyed two things during stroke. One, I enjoyed the divine period of my life. And second, I realized God exists. And the life after death is more beautiful. There is nothing to be fearful of that. Death is just a small part of life. And it is nothing which you should have a fear. Because I have encountered it, so I can say. And I've written a book of that, how I encountered death 7 times in my life. Maybe seventh or eighth time, I also don't remember. Sometimes I have to ask them how many times I had a heart attack. So my person says me, so it is seventh time or eighth time. I'm confused. It, so one thing you can understand, the neuroplastic changes inside the brain. Here the brain is having a hypoxic insult. Every day we get hypoxia, CP, vegetative stage, right? I'm also in the vegetative stage right now. All my brain is dead. I'm on high dose of, you can see these things are central line. You can see the mouse? You can see the mouse?
Yes, sir.
So this is central line. This is central line, right? This connected from my neck. It is central line. So this is what I wanted to teach you. First thing is that be a good human being. Second, your good things never disappear. Even when I was having the very severest pain, I tell you, I did not feel the pain at all. When suctioning was done, I felt some imaginary power was felt. And imagine, and during this part of my life, not a single person was with me, except my Sandeep and one Mr. Sridhar. They used to visit and go, and I had to face all these things all together, all alone. And this is what I was saying, you my people, that life is very beautiful. If you enjoy life, you should enjoy it. Enjoyment is not outside, enjoyment is inside. The learning, the giving, the sharing, the writing the notes, and contributing to the society is a real happiness. You work with yourself, and you give it to the society. This is I have learned a beautiful lesson after my seventh heart attack. And this is, I believe, the power of spirituality, the power of regain, and the power of neuroplasticity inside our. I never believe nothing goes wrong and nothing goes right. Everything is as it is. And that is why I say, please don't give up. Brain has infinite pathways to recover. You see the power of the brain. I just saw 3, 4 videos. I'll download more videos and I'll show you how much we can learn, how much we can do, and how much is possible, and how much we have done. So this is what we have to learn. Now, how to close this video?
If you stop share, sir, go.
But then okay, yes, I got it. Stop share.
What is it?
No, no, no. It's not a No, this is a query. How to change it?
Then you have to share this again, sir. Yes. No. You're on.
Yeah, are you able to see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Human brain.
Yeah, right. So we have finished it up to this level. Yeah. Only the EXCITE trial demonstrated clear superiority of the experimental interventions compared to control group, but all interventions were superior to individual care. 2 weeks of intense rehabilitation focused on guided use of hemiplegic and upper extremity with behavioral shaping enabled the participant to perform functional tasks faster than the increased self-reported arm use and movement quality. So now what we do, there are two things which we have been studied by us. We have done 2 studies. One was people were saying about robot control, right? So Ramdas is a person who has studied with this effect very nicely on post quadriplegia and paraplegia patient. So when we put on the robot, you lose the strength of your muscle and cognitive power of the muscles and learning of the muscle, right? Because the robotic action takes place and gives you movement. Am I clear? So when you use this, you understand that the intensive therapy group, but there was no, but so there was no difference in outcome. So if you see, in my study, which my personal study, I found there's a lot of difference of outcome. Tomorrow I'll post a video of a 22-year-old patient. So all over you are who was paralytic on bed, quadriplegic on nature, now is moving both upper and lower limb, extension and flexion of all the limbs have come. Tomorrow you will see much improvement in the patient, and with the assisted is able to walk. Imagine this person was 22 years of paralysis, and now after 22 years is able to walk. Now imagine where is the robot here? Where is the highest devices here? But then when we perform with stem cell therapy, when we perform with higher brain mapping, brain stimulation, yeah, we see the results. And results are on the table. Nothing can be out of the table. Only the problem with us is we are not able to understand these things because we have our own mindset of understanding. We always keep delaying. And at the end of the stage, there is so much delay of the activity that the recovery becomes what? Very poor. To make the recovery much better, you have to make it more beautiful in a controlled style, in a controlled. So here we focus on 7 hour treatment over here, and in other parts, one patient is focused for 7 hours treatment in our hospital, and with some assistance of robotic, and we found that the quality of improvement is really very good. No doubt, paralysis is a very big chapter. Whole life also, if you give, we'll find that we have learned nothing in this paralysis. It's such a big chapter that every time you find me, I come out with a new research of understanding. I found out with a new pain, which is much better than the before pain. And then a new geographical area is identified. Every time a new algorithm. Can you give me 1 second? हाँ सचिन हाँ सचिन बोलो हाँ बोल बेटा मैं क्लास ले रहा था बेटा हाँ 1 घंटे बाद फोन करो 10 बजे हाँ See, I'm working in a hospital, so I have to attend all the calls also. You have to go with me. If you want to learn with me, you have to go with me. So now when we see that see, there are a lot of things which we have to extend. So what we have done in extension, we have done very simple activities. We have connected the brain with NIBS and we have improved a lot of activities inside the brain. And many people have improved in a drastic way. So drastic changes comes only when we try to improve the cases. And definitely it will improve. Only if you want that those things should improve. Otherwise, where the improvement will take place? Improvement does not take place in air. Where will the improvement take place? So whenever we put up things in a better way, you will see that there's an increased power of neurogenesis. The power gets increased. So whenever you give impulse in the connected and the formalized way, this is where we call the mentorship. One surgeon performs a surgery in 8 hours and the same other surgeon performs in 20 minutes. The better outcome is with the surgeon who performs in 20 minutes. And he performs in the same day, he performs 7 to 8 hours surgery. And the other surgeon performs only one surgery. Now you tell me, who is a better surgeon? According to me, the one who performs in 20 minutes with no side effects. And that is what we have learned in karate. That's performing surgeries in and preserving arteries, preserving nerve. Why do we have to preserve so many things? Why we should be so cautious? Because any rupture, any damage may create a lifelong deficit of the patient, right? And every mistake teaches us. This is what I've learned from Emmanuel, a very good spine surgeon, and Colonel Ramdas. Tomorrow you will see I have improved a Parkinson's patient. I'll upload 2 videos tomorrow, and you will see in my Facebook that one Parkinson's patient is improved, and now we are going with DBS. With this DBS will last for 20 years. That means the patient does not have to change the deep brain stimulator, and you will see the patient walking very nicely without the walker. And that video I'll upload from where? From Kim's Karat. That we bought a patient on wheelchair walking on with support. Tomorrow we will see the patient is walking without walker, with mild support, and then you will see the voice clarity. There is no tremor, and then you will see the trial, and we will see how the patient improves. This is what we have to understand. This is where we are proving things to the world, that how we integrate things and how neuroplasticity takes place even after so much degeneration. A unfit patient, she was declared unfit in, in Manipal Hospital, Bangalore, right? That she cannot go undergo what? DBS. And now the same person we are declaring fit to go for DBS. This is the difference when you take an interventional approach. That is why I say we all have to think with an open mind, in an open stage, in an open platform, right? This is where you understand things. Yesterday, one patient, our birthday boy, what is her name? Samungam, na? Samungam, are you there? Samungam? The birthday boy is there? Can you hear me? Or I am audible or not audible?
Audible, sir.
I know that how people are bunking my class. I tell you, without even knowing who is in the class, I can say who's not in the class. So sometimes you hear my class and sometimes you bunk my class. And I know who was the bunker of the class. This is called the profligacy of the professor, right? That is why I call him a birthday boy, a gloomy boy. Comes and goes, like my mobile phone. Always keeps ringing on the whole day. Out of 1,000 phones, only 3 phones are important. But a PT person have to attend 1,000 phone calls to attend only 3 phone calls a day. Do you see? After every minute, there is 5 phone calls ringing. See? After again 2 minutes, you will see ringing, ringing, ringing. If you see, this is the neuroplasticity of my change. You see, this is the ring. Today's phone calls. Can you see the list? So this is called neuroplasticity of telephones. So this is how you have to understand neuroplasticity. Every time you improve, and this improvement is what? The changes inside the brain. The changes has to come from within. You cannot bring the changes from outside. There are two approaches. One is going from outside and one is going from inside. When you come from inside, how do you come from inside? Tell me. Can you give me an example? How do you come from inside? Can anyone give me an example? How do you come from inside? Hmm? It's just
The
like a
mind,
seed
Sastry.
which crosses all the barriers. Huh?
From the
Walid?
mind. The
No, Walid,
mind.
let us take the example of the seed. Seed,
Okay.
right? Seed has to cross all the barriers, right?
Yes.
And then it forces from the earth and it comes out as a sapling. And this small sapling becomes a great tree, right?
True.
And when you see a tree, you will see different circles of the tree, right? Gray, blue, black, and different colors you will see. From that is called the dating of the tree. From that you can understand how old is this tree is about. The circles in the tree of the trunk will identify that how old is the tree. So this is the beauty of the mind. You can understand how great you can become when you become positive, and how worst you can become when you become negative. You cannot cheat anyone in the world other than yourself. Don't think that by putting these things, that thing, those things, doing all nasty marketing, you will grow. All these are shortcuts. No one can become great by doing all this. Things will come when you are doing correct. An extension of physical therapy to the aspects of the brain. So now you can understand cognitive and all these changes, neuroplastic intervention are there. So when we speak about physical activities and those activities which bring changes inside the brain, after the damage of the brain, is called what? The recovery of the patient. See, again one phone call. Hello? 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 And within 6 seconds, I realized I should talk on. This is how you have to understand that within 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, neuroplastic changes can happen. And when you repeatedly do it, it becomes a permanent change from a short-term memory to long-term memory. This is what my very close friend, Mr. Walid, was saying yesterday. Hey Ram, Hi Ram, Or Ram, Sitaram. RAM means what? Random access memory. High RAM means this memory goes in the hard disk. High RAM, when you access and process with that memory. And Sita RAM means the real picture, what you see. But this was 4 dimension work. Now we brought it to 9 dimensions. And now we are going to one single dimension from 9 to 1. We came from 1 to 9 and 9 to 1. Again, you see. Hello? Hello? And you don't know which is emergency call. So then you can understand how neuroplasticity takes place. The beauty of neuroplasticity is that is what how you understand that by various interventions, the changes which happens inside the brain. You cannot bring changes inside the hand until you bring changes inside the brain. So what is your mistake in recovery of the paralysis? You do interventions from the muscle to the brain. It's a very difficult pathway. It is just reaching the prime minister from the clerk. And I am saying, talk to the prime minister, the clerk will respond immediately. They are two-way communication, right? Talking from clerk to the prime minister, right? The file is to move from clerk to the prime minister. Another is from prime minister to the clerk. Now, where you have to work out, that is your way of communication, your approach, your understanding, your way of doing the things only changes the modality of the modulation inside the. There's one figure inside your mind, right? How much I am qualified? What is it? I am qualified. But then I say, forget about qualification. I never put my qualification after mine. I always write MK Sastry. That is only my qualification. Before that, never used to write MK Sastry also. I used to write only Sastry. And that is why my name has become Sastry Ji. But then there was so much confusion with this name because there are so many Sastris. So I was compelled to put my name. Only I used to put M. Earlier, I used to only write from Sastry. Which Sastry? No one knows. I was an unknown person in this world. But then people compelled me to write. You write, sir, you write your full name at least. At least people can find you. Yes. So, to find out things on the brain, you are saying Sastri. Where is Sastri? Which Sastri? It's an indefinite thing. But when you put MK Sastri, it becomes a personal noun. It's a definite thing. From indefinite to definite, and from definite to precise, and from precise to stimulate, and to stimulate to recover is what we have to learn. This is the very foundation of the subject. How to recover them. Did you get my point? Are you able to hear me? Did you get my point? Huh?
Yes,
Sir,
Sastry.
repeat. Sir, repeat.
Which part I should repeat? I have spoken so many things. From where you want me to repeat?
Before stimulate to recover.
But this is extempore speech. I'm not reading and speaking. I'm speaking extempore. Hello. I'll put this on for some time. Let me put it on. Done. So when you stimulate, you put a stimulate. Now, again I'll say, I used to write Sastry. Who told me to repeat? Florina, na?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florina. So I used to write Sastry from Sastry, and the video was there. Right. Now, can you find out who is this person? Can you find out who is this Sastry who has done this video? Is it possible?
No.
Huh? No. So, but the moment I put MK Sastry, what will happen? You go to Google, you will get MK Sastry.
Yes, sir.
You go to Google Images, immediately you will get MK Sastry. So this is what I was saying, my boy. That we have to understand the potential of the brain to recover. Yes, to recover. And to what extent of the person can. And that is why it is called Shivoham, the inherent power of coherence. The life is Shivoham. Whatever I is He, and whatever He is He inside me, and both exist with one. That is called we. There is not one single cell. It is supported by the presynaptic and postsynaptic cells. That is why it says everything exists with two. Baba Adam. In Hindu, we call it Manu Rishi. Oh, sorry, Kashyap. In Hindu, we call it Kashyap Rishi. You all are the children of Kashyap. And in Christianity and Islam, we call it, we are all the children of Adam. Now tell me what is the difference with Adam and Kashyap? We have given our own definitions for things, and we do not know what is the real definition. Since we do not know the real definitions, we are misguided. And since we are misguided, we do all things under misguidance. The biggest problem of us is misguidance. In our whole daily life, we are misguided with the treatment, procedures, and recovery. So you will see there are various clinical trials which has taken place in our body with non-assisted robot and robot. But none of the clinical trial in our clinic we have done various trials with brain stimulation and neural recovery. We classify it as a neuro higher rehabilitation and we classify it as a lower rehabilitation. Right. So what do you understand by this? So we have to understand that there is lot of compensation and intervention that are not always evidence based. It's very difficult to provide evidence. Yes, because when we have equipments, we have devices, we can prove evidence. My videos are the evidence of my approach. And remember, I have not given one video. I have given videos after videos, and again videos are going to be uploaded tomorrow. So we need to adopt more resortive approaches. And current evidence suggests that time window for learning best approaches to resorting capacities and skill is open. Much longer than days, weeks, months, and sometimes suggested. So to bring the patient to baseline, it is not just smaller days, weeks, or months. It is sometimes suggested more than years. So that is why I was saying all of you, let us integrate, let us make it true. One patient was saying, sir, I want to come to you. But then I asked him, what is your approach? He says, TCM. I said, I don't teach TCM. I don't teach pulse and all these things. Meridian pulse is not my subject of teaching. I teach what I have learned in my. So if you want to learn TCM, you go to a TCM teacher. Should go to Raman Kapoor, Professor Ravi. They are very good TCM teachers. Hemant Sarva is also very good TCM teacher. Go to him and learn TCM. But if you want to learn what I have done, so I am teaching you out of experience. For me, non-robotic assistance devices and NIBS with robotic assistance, and then we have integrated PS5, right? PlayStation 5 in occupational therapy. Now we have found more better changes, more recovery changes, and more important changes inside the patient. A childhood paralysis patient recovers in a much better. So what is the most important part? We need to promote neuroplasticity in patient in post-stroke cases. So post-stroke induced patient requires what? Neuroplasticity. And so for all these approaches, we are sitting together and learning. And that is why our very beloved colleague, Dr. What is his name? Ravi J. Kishan? What is his name? BNY's fellow. What is his name? Ravi, na? Oh, co-host, what is your name? Absent in the class, huh? Hey, are you able to hear me or not?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, you're loud and clear, Sastry. We can hear you.
So that fellow is where? Our co-host? He ran away from the class.
Maybe his network is down, sir, and he had to log out.
So our people are very good. They come from the front of the class and they go from the back of the class. They think
He's
Sastriji
trying to
does not
come
know.
back in, huh?
Sastriji knows. Sastriji knows. Even in 71, he will catch you out who is there and who is not there. So active intensity is intensity and progression. So most important part of active ingredients of masala pav bhaji or masala puri or this is what the masalas. So here I will call the masala is importance is the brain mapping, interventions with pain and at the same time putting recovery. So how rehabilitation takes place in MK Sastry formula? Write down. Mapping the brain. First, seeing the MRI, finding the stroke area, seeing the EEG, going to the geographical area, inserting the needle, and with the required pen, stimulate it. And you see the changes inside the brain immediately on the spot. And this is called what? The beginning of neuroplasticity. But when this changes becomes permanent, it becomes what? Neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity does not take place in one day. It takes with steps in the brain, right? So it is always important that we have to understand the as a driver of neuroplasticity, the movement and repetition per session rather than duration of session. So it is always say how much repetition we can do. So active and passive movements with neuroplasticity gives a very good improvement. An optimum number of repetition required for learning is unknown. The biggest problem right now we are facing is how much repetition is required to bring the memory back is unknown. How much I have to repeat neuroplasticity, we do not know. How much Ram, 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 Ram you have to chant, we do not know. But in India, it is a song, it's कभी राम राम जपते रहो जब तक लगत प्राण
Na samu
कभी
bai
दो
yiwu yau
दीन
ba, zai
दयाल
kai
के
gobe wannan
फनक
babu
बने
laifi.
के का.
A dai samu a yi shi
Yeah.
ya yi kyau shine damuwa.
So it is said that you keep chanting the name of his divinity, and one day you will definitely hear. When all the impurity subsides, when all the neuroproteins goes away, you will find a beautiful music inside the brain. And that beautiful music is called what? The phantom music of the neurons. When this neurons plays this phantom music, you understand the recovery. And when you understand the recovery, you go around the joints of the neurons. And when this synaptic plasticity joins each other, and the recovery becomes better, better, and better. And more the better, the higher the better. And higher the better, the more the better. And when we see this betterment every day, we feel that the recovery occurs immediately on the spot. For example, let us say I was trying, today was my first day on the board, right? Teaching board. I was incapable, right? It's same thing what you do. But slowly, gradually, with the help of my people, I'm learning this board. And after some time, I'll be able to teach you with this whiteboard. You can see this board, right? Can you see?
Insha
Oh, you
Allah,
cannot see because
today
there is
dama just maganin sai da
picture.
waɗannan kayan ne da muka tattara da jan din ko so that we get bias for it bismillah ta'ala. Da wanda kuma yaran suka ce suna so, ko gado da suke ce suna so and one or two things like that for sentiment.
So this is the theoretical model of recovery. You should make this note, right? You can take the picture also. So the person who was asking me, what was his name? BNY's name? It's not there today, right? So this is the most important part of neuroplasticity which we understand inside the brain. The onset of the stroke, The neural repair and altered pathways for formal neural connections. And now, if you don't go with the very good connections, it will become very deficit recovery. So, neurophysical recovery takes place only when the recovery is proper way. Functional and neurophysiological approach is required. And facilitation of adaptive neuroplasticity, rehabilitation, motor relearning, active ingredients, and medical treatment. So everything is important in recovery of the patient. So when we start with the stroke onset, we go with the neuroplasticity, repair of the altered pathways. So when we speak about the neuroplasticity of the altered pathways, what do you understand by the altered pathways? We understand very beautiful thing by giving a neuromodulation inside the brain. When we put neuromodulation, it is changing the anatomical changes inside the brain. Imagine it says in the Bible, a small seed becomes a tree, and a tree gives a fruit. And so that is where we understand how a small seed from gradual to gradual, speed to speed, from bed to walking station. I always see the happiness in the patient. They come in a bedridden stage and they go happily from this clinic. And that's what makes me happy. That yes, they can do a lot of things. Changes happen so fast. Recovery takes immediately. That's where we have to understand things. So always I will say that whenever you apply to play multi-model, we have to go with multimodal stimulations. You should include the sleep cycle, you should include this, you should include that, and most important part, you should include a better approach inside the brain. So here we can say recognition of neuroplasticity as a potential lead to therapeutic opportunity to people receive rehabilitation following enriching environment, increasing motor activity, developing developing of pharmacologic agents that inhibits plasticity inside the brain. So with this all studies we come to a conclusion that the foundation of a subject, including neuroplasticity, is what the recovery of the brain to bring optimal recovery in the body. That is why I say motivating yourself is the biggest motivator. And how do you become a motivator? In Hinduism, it's a very beautiful saying. It is said, वैष्णव जन तो तेन कहिए जे पीर पराई जाने रे पर दुखिए जे उपकार करे तो मन अभिमान कहाँ हिए रे. Someone asked me, sir, when do you die? What do you lose? I only said a beautiful answer. You lose your ego. What surrounds you is your ego. What stops you from learning is your ego. This is what I am. I always say, change yourself every day. Bring yourself, upgrade yourself every day. And you will find yourself in 1 month and you'll find you are two level up. Knowledge is not to fill your mind with facts and figures. Rather, it is a constructive period to change your experience, to change your approach, change your ability, and to change your recovery. Chandan, what are you watching on the computer? Your eyes are moving here and there. You are not watching me. You are reading something. Chandran Pochakad, I can see in your glasses. You are not in my class. You are reading something. You see, this is the eye of MK Sastry.
No, sir.
Where is he and where am I?
No, I'm
Now
reading
you're watching
only
me. You're
exclusively.
watching me now. Before
No,
that
no,
you were
I'm
not watching me.
exclusively here, sir. I just
You are
put a
hearing me, but
message
you're
here.
reading something.
Yeah, I just put a message in the chat box. I was just reconfirming whether it is sentence is correct or not. That's all.
But you see, I caught you.
Yeah, you are a very clever teacher, sir.
I caught you.
Yeah, yeah,
So, if you think you will not be caught, it is your mistake. So, all
yeah.
those people who are not on the webcam are absent.
Right.
All are absent, mark. Shiva Gupta, Florina, Manish Kala, all are absent. Now, no use of putting it in the cam. Absent means absent. You will put the cam and you will dance in the classroom. And then you will say, I have attended the class. Not possible, Baba. You see how beautifully I caught Chandan Pokala is not in the class, reading something, writing something.
Okay, sir.
You see where I am? But from the reflection of his glass,
Yes,
you
yes,
can see
yes.
the reflection in the glass, what he's
Yeah.
seeing in the screen. I saw what he's seeing in the screen, I saw the reflection, and I saw the movement of his eyes, and I realized, oh, he's not in the class. See?
Yes, sir.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir. But I'm in the class, but I just reading that lines which I put in the chat box.
You're disturbing yourself and going outside the class.
No, I want to ask a question in the end.
Physically in the class.
Yeah,
Physically in the class, but
physically and
mentally in the
mentally also.
WhatsApp.
And mentally also. At the end of the class, I want to raise a question to you, sir.
You can raise any number of questions. I put myself on the floor of the house.
Yeah, yeah. Also, because you offered a director training in Madras and Hyderabad, if we come there with 10 group of people. But right now,
Yeah,
we
but
are
let me
only two.
learn this whiteboard first. I purchased this digital board.
Yeah.
I don't even know ABCD of this digital board, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have to give me time to learn this, right? Today is the
Okay.
first day. For the first time in my life, I saw this digital board in my life, right?
Okay.
Earlier, I used to see in the YouTube. Today, I sing in the room, and I don't know ABCD of this room. I only know tuck, tuck. More than this, my security man knows about it. I am taking the help of my security person to learn about it. Tomorrow, we'll learn more. Day after tomorrow, we'll learn more. And day after tomorrow, we'll learn more. Learning goes on, and the facts goes on, and figures of your mind keeps changing. And then when you come, I can teach you very nicely. But even now, if you come, there is no harm. You
So,
can come
I
whenever
want
I
to.
am there. But before coming to me, please you have to purchase the pen. Without purchasing the pen,
Yeah,
don't come
yeah,
to me.
yeah. I'm prepared for that one, sir. Thing is,
So first you purchase the pen because when you go from here,
yeah,
right, you should practice.
yeah. Okay. Is it available if I come there?
See, it is never available stock, right?
Okay.
You have to procure it. I cannot keep it because each pen costs so much money. Where will I get the money? The moment you give us the money, we transfer it to them and they immediately replace it with the courier,
Okay.
right? I'm not a manufacturer. If you ask me, sir, can you purchase me this ultrasound? I'll say, no, I cannot purchase you the ultrasound. It's 6.5 lakh rupees. But I'm using it. It's a portable one. It is a very good ultrasound. We do everything with this ultrasound, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to purchase, sir.
So you purchase it with the help of Sandeep, na?
Okay.
And then when 7 or 8 people are ready, you please come.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Gayatri,
saying.
what about
Just
your
now
husband?
only 2 people are ready.
Gayatri, what about your husband?
Sir, he is taking some exercise and
Madam,
chiropractic.
this is again you are making a mistake. It's a case of OPLL. When you are taking a OPLL, there is a fusion in the vertebra. When he will become total deficit, when the cord will become thinning, what will this exercise and treatment will cause? Exercise is prevention, not the recovery of the anatomical changes.
Okay, sir. So I
So
have
if you
to
want to recover
immediately
a
go.
patient, right approach has to be taken at the immediate moment. You are taking the moment after the See, what is our mistake, you know? Why am I taking this class? I am taking this class only to teach you what is the right movement and what should you do.
Okay, sir.
Basically, whenever you come for the surgery, lot of things are destroyed.
Okay,
Today
sir.
also many people I mobilize for surgery, right? I'm going to take them personally to Karat to get their surgery done and then bringing them back at 1/10 of the price what is got in Hyderabad and back.
Okay, sir.
Why? Why we need to do that? Because if once he becomes quadriplegic, or once you becomes a deficit, once he becomes bedridden, what is the use of doing that surgery? And which surgeon will take the risk of doing the surgery?
Nobody, sir.
No one will take the risk. Who will take a risk of taking a destroyed case? Which lawyer
No.
will take the risk of taking a capital punishment? No lawyer will take. At that time, you will have only one approach: moving your husband with what? Wheelchair and all this. Why you want to happen all this?
Okay, sir.
So the best thing is before something happens, why don't you take the remedies for happening? What will the exercise do with the fusion? What will the exercise do with the myelopathy? Can that exercise recover the cord? Huh? Any physiotherapist here in the class? Any physiotherapist please come up? Any physiotherapist?
Yes, sir.
Who is there?
Sir, this is Navin, sir.
Any more?
Yes, sir. Manoj.
Manoj. Manoj, where are you from, Manoj?
Chennai, sir.
Huh?
Chennai, sir. Chennai.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, Manoj?
Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Manoj, can you tell me, myelopathy can be recovered by exercise? Can myelopathy be prevented with exercise when there is a cord compression?
We can try to maintain the muscle mass
Baba,
or the
myelopathy can lead to myelomalacia. Do you know that?
yes, sir.
What is the difference between myelopathy and myelomalacia?
The myelopathy I know, sir, but the other thing I'm not very sure. Sir.
No. Let us come to a fundamental question. What is the difference between myelopathy and myelomalacia?
Myelomalacia, sir.
What is myelopathy and what is myelomalacia?
Sir, myelomalacia means the softening of spinal cord, which happens.
Yeah, very correct. And when this softening of the cord happens, the size of the cord is? The diameter of the cord is what? Reduced or increased?
It will be reduced, sir.
Huh?
It will be reduced, sir.
Reduced, sir.
And so the diameter and the extension of the cord is attached to where? Pons, midbrain, and this extension of the brain.
Yes, sir. Brainstem.
You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if the cord is thinned up and the patient has lost his strength of upper and lower limb, do you think that patient can revive? The moment you see there is a cord compression, right? And you see a myelopathic changes, immediately see that the surgery is done. And there is lot to do after surgery to recover the patient.
Yes, sir.
Surgery is done only for the prevention of further deterioration. So after the patient is deteriorated, for example, you have a blockage, right? And we put the stent. But after having the heart attack, why to put the stent? Patient is dead. Once the patient becomes quadriplegic. How exercise will, the problem with your husband is the fusion of the disc, right? And it's a cord compression. How exercise will resolve it? The role of exercise is to support the recovery. Anatomical changes which has occurred inside the spine cannot be recovered by
exercise.
Exercise.
Okay.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
If something is compressing the cord, can the exercise bring back the, can it decompress it? Huh?
No, sir.
Rajesh? Rajesh? Can you hear me, Rajesh? Rajesh?
Sir, yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Rajesh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can the crowd compression be reversible?
Sir?
Can the chord compression be reversible?
Yes, sir.
If the chord is compressed and it becomes myelomatic, can you reverse it? No, Baba, it is very difficult.
No,
I have
sir.
got a
No.
patient from Dubai. He has visited 8 international hospitals, 2 AIMS, and 25 surgeons of all good quality surgeons, right? Including Omni Hospital. So, what do you understand by this? Right step at the right time will save the life of the patient. But not taking out of fear will destroy his life forever. Rest is your wish.
Thank you, sir. I'll tell him, sir. Thank you, sir. It's not
Well,
my
telling him, motivating, that is the biggest problem of ours. Go and do the surgery. Okay, I will think. And after when he becomes paraplegic, what will you do? Did you meet Dr. Sharan? I don't think so you met him.
No, sir. We didn't go, sir.
See? I arranged everything. I called his PA for you. You did not
Yes,
even
sir.
take the support of going to him and talking to him. I don't even think you have taken out the MRI also.
No, sir. We didn't go only, sir.
See?
He told we'll go afterwards, so it's not with me, sir.
Finish and destroy the case and then come. And then you keep saying, it is our bad luck.
No, sir.
You created your own bad luck and keep saying your bad luck.
No, sir.
Yeah. This is a casual approach we take towards the recovery of the patient. Such a serious disease. And we are taking what? Casual approach. Anyway, it is your patient, your duty. My work
Thank you.
is over.
Thank you, sir. Taking so much of care and
What to thank me?
I can't
My
tell.
approach was nothing. It is your approach. Don't thank me for doing wrong things, right?
No, sir.
You have to, then you are doing something wrong and don't thank me for that.
No.
Because I called the PA of the neurosurgeon, got you appointed there, wrote a letter,
Yes,
and
sir.
it is almost 1 month past. And you imagine how much tissues of the cord has damaged. And when will you go for surgery? When the patient is on the wheelchair.
Yes, sir. I'll take him at the earliest. Sir.
See, I always tell you, go to Karat. This is the cheapest center in India.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Objective known. You know what is the meaning of okay? Objective known. So she is okay, I am also okay. We'll meet in the next life. Now, poker is very much in the screen. He's not moving his eyes from my screen. Everyone is on the screen. Like everyone. So is Shiv Gupta, 111. Roll number 111 is Shiv Gupta. I told you now who's 111.
Yes.
So you see, this 111 is Shiv Gupta. Yeah. And you know what do you mean by gala? In our conferences, what do you mean by gala? You know that?
Gala means shop.
Manish?
Gala means shop.
No. Gala means daru. Daru conference. Daru party. Daru party. So we call it gala party. In international conferences, it is written in the last line, gala party.
Okay. I had the question.
Excuse me,
You, so when you go for gala party, it means understand it is a daru party.
That's what can I do? This is the God gift. We cannot change our surnames.
So when did I told you to change the surname? I only said you are daru party.
hello sir.
I'm not drinking. That's we are Jain, and we
I
are
know
not
Gala
using
is a Jain. I know. I also know the Jain Namokar also. Namo Hintanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ryanam, Namo Jainam, Namo Lohe Sarva Sahunam. Eso Panch Namokaro, Sarva Papa Nashino, Mangalai Cham Sabhyam Se, Parma, Hoi Mangala.
Sir,
I've been working with very good Jain monks, Daya Sagarji, Vidya Sagarji, Mahapragya ji. You are Terapanthi or Digambar Jain? Or Stanakwasi or
I'm
Mandirvasi?
Stanakwasi Jain.
Oh, Stanakwasi. I know many monks of Stanakwasi. From which area of India you are?
The Mumbai Thana.
Mumbai.
Thana, yes.
Yeah, you will find many Stanakwasis in Mumbai and Gujarat.
Yes.
Terapanthis you will find in Rajasthan. More near the Jhujhunu and all those areas, you will find Terapanthis. So these are classification of sects in Jains.
Jains.
Yeah, I've studied a lot about Jainic literature. Anyway, ask me more questions.
Okay.
If you ask me to speak on Jainism, I'll speak 24 hours also. Nothing to do with neuroplasticity. Ask questions.
sir, which is most effective treatment for hemorrhagic stroke? Surgery or NIBS?
No. See, whenever there is a case, we have to identify what kind of things are happening inside the brain. So it is subcarotid hemorrhage or ischemic ICH, ischemic stroke, intracranial hemorrhage, right? So when the pressure is built up inside the brain, you have to do decompression. So there is a midline shift. So there are two ways of doing decompression. One was found by my teacher, Dr. Ayub Cherian, which is internal decompression, and the recovery is in 5 days. And one is external decompression by recovering the cranial bone and the herniation of the brain, and where the recovery takes in months after months. So it is up to you what approach you take.
Okay.
And then in paralysis level, when you speak about these things, we speak about the paralysis level. In paralysis level, we have various manifestations of recovery. Physiotherapy is one of the most important part. But when we add NIBS, we are two level up. Correct brain mapping, understanding the what you call MRI images, selecting the needle, putting the stimulation, gives instant results. One is going by car and one is going by flight. Now its decision is yours. You want to go by car or you want to go by flight? Or you want to go by train or you want to go by Awadh Express? Awadh Express means a train which is running from Assam to Delhi, moving all UP and Bihar. It takes 96 hours to reach Delhi. So you want to reach Delhi in 96 hours or you want to reach Delhi in 2 hours? Decision is yours. So subarachnoid hemorrhage needs coiling or in a non-invasive and invasive procedure. So invasive is what you call clipping and non-invasive is coiling. And if you go for hemorrhagic stroke, so immediately we have to go for decompression. Either it is internal decompression called sternostomy, one is external decompression where you call the trauma flap. You remove the cranial bone, this flap of the bone, and you preserve it in the abdomen, and you allow the brain to herniate, so that the midline shift. So the brain is coming out, right? So the midline shift is not shifting. So when the swelling of the brain is reduced, then you put back the skull. Either it goes canoplasty, or if it is done after 3 months, then you have to put the titanium one. But if it is put before 3 months, it is called you put the original skull. Now there are chances of infection, so we go with the titanium one. But here the recovery becomes very, very difficult in majority of the patients. I'm not saying all the patients, but majority of the patients. But if you do internal decompression, you do with just with a bare hole, and there is no replacement of skull or titanium one. Here the patient is discharged after 4 to 5 days from ICU, whereas craniotomy discharge takes from 45 days to 60 days on an average of a patient. And cognitive impairment, this is disoriented, and lot of problem comes with tracheostomy and all. So it's very difficult to say sometimes what is the right approach and what is the wrong approach. But for me, cystinostomy is the best approach up to now what I have studied. And I'm going to teach you what is cystinostomy. So that at the end of the day, you learn about all the procedures and you don't delay the surgeries, right? For example, you ask me a question, NIBS is important or this one is important. I'll say TPA is most important any type of stroke. Because in first 4.5 hours, if you give TPA, this is a medical treatment, right? The chances of dying of the brain cells becomes less than how much? If you start giving him nimodipine, shots, Jopper, Pentop, and all these things, if you give, immediately what will happen? The damage inside the brain becomes less than 10%. But if you don't give it in within 4.5 hours, the TPA treatment, you will see the patient becomes more and more sick, and then ultimately the revival becomes very difficult. So that is why I say every part of the subject is important for us to learn, because it helps us to take decisions, and decisions are taken on the basis of knowledge. NIBS is important when the patient is stable, and then to bring him functional recovery, right? To mobilize him fast, to recover his paralytic way. But if you think NIBS is a supplement of surgery, Radhu Baba, it is not possible. No one can replace surgery like this. Surgery is its own way, and recovery is its own better, right? One is surgery, one is recovery, and one is functional recovery, right? Am I clear? One is recovery, one is functional recovery. So if you create a deficit, if there is an absence of sensation, and if there is an absence of movements, what will happen? What will happen?
Movement is decreased.
He'll have total deficit. So it's all up to you how much you can learn. The knowledge is the only thing which makes you higher and higher. And it gives you wisdom, and it gives you the power of decision making. And it makes you to an environment where you can what? Go for healthy discussions and healthy results. And that is where you are known for your activities.
Sir, what is TPA, sir?
TPA, you can see in the Google, it's a source of medicines. It's a formula.
Okay, medicine. Okay.
Yeah, it is a medical intervention.
Okay.
The moment you know these are the signs of stroke, immediately rush to the hospital. And if it is given in first 4.5 hours, the recovery is very fast.
Okay.
But if it extends more than 6 hours, TPA cannot be given.
Achha. Okay.
That is why I say always you should learn the onset of stroke, the symptoms of stroke, and then you can take quick decisions on the faster way. We have recovered subarachnoid hemorrhage of a lady. The lady called me, the husband called me that the lady has a severe headache. I said, can I talk to the lady? Yes. Well, did you have this headache before? She said, I never had this headache before. But the history was of migraine. I had two decisions at the same time to take. Whether it's a migraine attack or it's a hemorrhage. I realized it is a hemorrhage because of the voice of the patient. And immediately I said, if there is any nearby CT scan center, you rush it. And then you take the CT. The moment they took the CT, right, we saw the hemorrhage was very clear. And then I said, immediately rush to the casualty of this nearby hospital. And I immediately rushed and we gave it TPA. And then we moved it to the other hospital. But before 4.5 hours from the onset of the call, we took the call. Now, if I would have referred him to the hospital, what would have happened? They would have given me the regular routine. And by the time 5.5 hours would have passed, so 6 hours of the admission would have passed in the casualty, right? Calling the neurologist, doing all the protocols. The moment you see there's a hemorrhage, what happened? You took the remedial efforts in 4.5 hours. And so the patient was discharged in how many days? 3 to 4 days. So that's the approach. It was a subarachnoid hemorrhage, the rupture of aneurysm. Since I knew the subject very well, I took my decisions very fast. Now patient is singing again. I brought the patient singing back after 20 days of the stroke. And only 1 day ventilation. And things are better. Ask more questions.
Time up now.
Only 3 minutes left. So we'll finish the class after 3 minutes. We can take one more question. Already someone said time up. People
Sir,
are so much interested to go out of my class. I don't know why. I think I'm not a good teacher.
No, sir. We are not interested to go outside.
sir,
Already someone said time up, sir.
सर हेलो सर कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि इनिशियल स्कैन में अर्ली स्टेज में कुछ रिप्रेजेंट होता नहीं और बाद में आफ्टर 4 to 6 आवर्स चेंजेस दिखते हैं, ऐसा होता है या सडन?
नहीं, देखो बहुत कुछ होता है, बट अगर आपका क्लिनिकल साइंस अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग है, क्लिनिकली इफ यू आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, यू कैन टेक द डिसीजंस.
यस सर.
More important is your clinical knowledge about the disease and the sport diseases. For example, there was a tracheostomy over here. We removed the tracheostomy, but for some reasons it became aspirated pneumonia. So patient was sinking down. But since I knew the power of intubation, he said putting again the intubation from here will be very difficult. But I knew. So I was watching the emergency doctor like this. So because of my eyes were wide open like this, he understood that I know the procedure. So he took his best effort to put it like this. If you have gone like this, again we would have been 10 steps back. So he did it what? Orally. Intubation was done orally. Only why? How I made it done? So he washed my eyes 3 times. He told me, you go and sit. I said, I'm watching. Did I disturb you? No. I'm standing 20 feet out of you. Did I utter a word? No. Do you think I don't know about the science? If you cannot intubate, I will intubate it. Give. But how do you speak? Not from the mouth. From the?
From the eyes.
Like this, see? These eyes are enough to tell him, I know the procedure. A learned man knows the expression of the eyes. Now you see my eyes, and now you see. So this is called the approach. I encourage the physician to do it orally rather than going by this whole. You're saying it is difficult, but I said you try. You will be able to do it. You are a senior emergency physician. But there I was tending to motivate him, not to demotivate. Because I was a HOD in a medical college, you got motivated. A senior is training, and if I don't do, it will be embarrassment. I'll say, I will just say like this. That means what? Your score goes from 10 to 0. This is the magic of the medical field, right? We say it like this. Okay. I know you don't know. Hey, you should be always grateful to God. He is always great. Huh? Walid,
Yeah.
let us complete the class with your prayers. I like Walid's prayer from last 7 years. So it is always Walid who ends his class with this prayer. And people think I am a Muslim doctor. In Assam and other places, and even in Hyderabad, they call me a Muslim doctor. I'm not known by Sastry ji. I'm called as Dear Muslim Doctor. And even in the referred prescription, it is written, Dear Muslim Doctor. So people call me Muslim Doctor, and I always laugh.
MashaAllah, Sastry.
And I always say, there is no Hindu, there is no Muslim, there is only one soul, one God, and within it, everyone is to unite.
أعوذ بالله من
So,
الشيطان الرجيم
Walid,
بسم الله
we
الرحمن
request
الرحيم.
you for your prayers.
Yes, that's G. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Ya Allah, you are the owner of the worlds, the Lord of lords, and granter of favors. We thank you for this favor that you have granted us and this blessing for knowledge. We thank you for the opportunities of making it possible for us. We ask, Ya Allah, by your grace and by your mercy, by your divine will, to bless this knowledge we seek, to make it universal and to make it help everybody we come across with. To give us the will, the spirit, and the strength to share this knowledge like Sastry Ji is sharing with us. At no cost, he's given us his experience. At cost to his health, at cost to his own happiness. He derives happiness from us being in class and from us learning, from us asking questions and from us challenging his knowledge. Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Dhul Jalal wal Ikram. We ask for your blessings and your guidance always. I would like to thank everybody who has come to class today and everybody who keeps coming and ask that we keep the spirit alive. It keeps Sastry Ji alive and it keeps Sastry Ji healthy and going. I'd like to thank Sastry Ji for his efforts and his never-ending drive. Even when we tell him to rest, even when we tried to refuse to attend class some years back so that he would rest and he refused. So we had to join class back. But Alhamdulillah, days like this don't come every day. And not everybody is select to be in a class like this. Today there were about 45 now in class, but we got up to about 57 and some have gone down. 53 and some have gone down. So, but not everybody is select to be in a class like this. We are here represented from a number of countries and we are the few that have been given these blessings today. And we pray, Ya Allah, that this blessing you've given us goes with us a very long way, that when we die, we would have spread this knowledge and gone so very far. Thank you very much, Sastry Ji. Thank you very much, everybody. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you so much, sir, for your good
Actually,
lecture.
Walid is my conclusion from last 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you
So
for
you may not
for
know,
all
these
that you
classes
have
have
been doing.
continued for 9 years up to now.
Yes, sir.
So we have entered the 10th year of this class.
Yeah.
Someone is going to have 11th marriage anniversary after attending the class. The children have become of 9 years. When they came, they were bachelor. Now we are on the 11th year. They are married with 2 kids.
That is true, Sastry Ji. We had one of my daughters
And even
get married
Walid
in
became
class.
married, got married his daughter in the class.
Yes.
We all attended
Yes,
his
sir.
daughter's marriage in the class.
Yes, and she has
That
2
is
kids
very
now,
true,
one
sir.
boy and one girl. And her senior
See,
brother, who was
Walid's
in
granddaughters,
Oh.
we saw the marriage of his daughter, and we also saw his children coming up.
Congratulations.
Very much
Alhamdulillah.
congratulations of becoming a grandfather, but without party.
Now I have 5 grandchildren. 4 boys and 1 girl. 2 were married
We
in the
saw
class.
Walid's daughter getting married, and we saw Walid's daughter's children coming up. Now I became a great grandfather.
You have become more younger, sir, now.
And now, younger or older, you have to decide.
No, before you used to look older, like aged person. Now you're younger.
Now I'm very much, what you called?
You
Pom
look
pom. Delhi se rail chali pom pom. So we conclude the class. One patient has come in the casualty. I have to visit him.
Thank you,
What
sir.
was the
Thank
time?
you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Sayonara. Acha,
Thank you, sir.
Vada nivaayungi.
Thank you, sir.
Sayonara.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Jai
you.
Jagannath.
Thank you.
Jai Jagannath. Jagannath Prabhu तुम्हें बादोरा से.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
People